I rushed Selah to the hospital, and when I came back to find you, you were already gone, Kellen stammered, trying to defend himself. I thought you'd run back on your own. I looked for you for days. Looked for me for days? I let out a cold laugh. I was lying in the infirmary for 3 days. If you'd actually looked for me, you would have at least stepped foot inside the infirmary, wouldn't you? Kellen, if you're going to make up a story, at least put some thought into it. Kellen fell silent for a moment. I did this to teach you a lesson for sending the rogue after Selah. He continued, his voice hardening. If word of this gets out, the Alpha will banish you from the pack. To calm Selah down, I have no choice but to hold a bonding ceremony with her first. Kellen's words hit me like a bucket of ice water, drenching me from head to toe and freezing the very blood in my veins. This man, who just days ago had sworn before me to protect me for the rest of my life, was now making that woman, the one who nearly got me killed, his mate. What about me? I gritted my teeth, forcing the words out. Kellen frowned. Once Selah gives birth to the beta heir, I'll make it up to you. There's no point in feeling upset or wounded. And don't you dare make a scene. This is simply the price of your own wrongdoing. A bitter laugh escaped me. It was a laugh that caught in my throat, so hollow and aching it almost made me cry. His so-called love and that promise to protect me forever? Every word, bullshit. Just then, a weak voice came from the side. Selah approached, her expression a mask of false concern, yet her eyes betrayed a glimmer of triumph. Don't blame him, Celia. Kellen had no other option, she said. She reached out, trying to take my hand. The chill of her fingertips made my skin crawl. I yanked my hand away violently. She stumbled back, her eyes instantly welling up with tears. I know this is hard for you. Don't worry, I just want a child. Once the baby is born, I'll leave the Silver Moon Pack. You're so frail. How could you survive leaving the pack? Kellen interjected immediately. You and the child will stay in the Silver Moon Pack. I'll take good care of you both. Kellen. Selah gazed at him with tender affection. I watched Selah coldly, making no effort to hide the disgust in my eyes. Drop the act, Selah. I see right through you. You sent that rogue after me. You faked that fall, pretended to be hurt, and you made Kellen abandon me there. Did you really think I wouldn't figure it out? Selah immediately shrank behind Kellen, sobbing pitifully. Kellen, look at her. How can she hurl such baseless accusations at me? I came here because I was worried about her, and this is what I get in return. Kellen's voice cut through sharply, silencing me. Celia, that's enough. Selah is being kind, and you accuse her like this? I think you've lost your mind. I'm telling you, this is settled. I'm holding the bonding ceremony with Selah. You can either stay here and behave yourself, or get the hell out of the Silver Moon Pack and never come back. As I stared at them, those two, so brazen in their shamelessness, all that remained was a hollow, crushing disappointment. Kellen, I said, looking him straight in the eye. We're done. You want to hold a ceremony with Selah? Go ahead. It has nothing to do with me anymore. The moment you abandoned me in that forest, everything between us was finished. Completely. Back at my lonely little cabin, I stepped inside, turned, and secured the lock. Then I just stood there, back pressed against the door. No tears came, no frantic sobs, only stillness, and the quiet weight of release. Over the next few days, I didn't see Kellen again. I assumed he was busy preparing for the bonding ceremony with Selah and had no time to bother me. That silence held until the afternoon of the third day, when a sudden knock shattered the cabin's peace. Frowning, I went to answer the door. Standing outside was Selah. The woman before me now wore a look of pure smugness. The pitiful, fragile act, nowhere to be seen. Seeing me, she didn't even wait for an invitation. Without a word, she brushed past and marched right inside. She looked around, her eyes filled with disdain. TSK, this cabin is so shabby. Only someone like you could stand living here. I closed the door coldly and blocked her path. Selah, you're not welcome in my home. Get out, get out. Selah snorted, crossing her arms and looking down at me with superiority. Celia, listen. In 3 days, I'm going to be Kellen's mate. In the entire Silver Moon Pack, aside from the Alpha and the Elders, everyone will have to show me respect. This place you live in? I can come and go as I please. Pausing for a moment, she continued, I'm here today to lay down some rules for you. After all, you'll still be staying by Kellen's side. There are certain things you need to understand. I swallowed my rising fury and said, as calmly as I could, I'll repeat myself once more. Kellen and I are done. I won't be staying with him. Don't be so stubborn. Selah didn't believe me for a second, her tone dripping with undisguised mockery. You have no parents, no one to rely on in the Silver Moon Pack. Besides Kellen, who would ever want you? Where do you think you can run off to? I'm setting the rules. You'll listen, whether you like it or not. Not bothering to wait for my answer, she declared in a condescending voice. First, from now on, at any pack gathering, if I'm standing, you will stand behind me and serve me. You're not worthy to sit by me. Second, even if Kellen wants to be intimate with you, you'll have to wait until after I've given birth to the beta heir. Until then, don't even think about it. Third, and most importantly, if you ever have pups, they will address me as mother. Each word cut deeper, more outrageous, more humiliating. I had grown up an orphan, but never had I endured such humiliation. Who the hell did Selah think she was? How dare she come to my home, throw her weight around, and dictate such ridiculous rules? Selah, do you really think I'm easy to push around? My voice was ice cold. My gaze startled her for a moment, but then she stiffened her neck and retorted sharply. So what if I do? What can you possibly do about it? Kellen protects me. The elders like me. You're just an orphan. Trying to fight me? You actually think you stand a chance? You're about to find out. I sneered. Her nonsense finally pushed me past my limit. I couldn't hold back. I raised my hand and delivered a sharp, stinging slap. The sharp crack of the slap echoed in the cabin. Selah clutched her cheek, utterly stunned, unable to believe I'd actually hit her. Instead of crying, a strange, knowing smile flickered across her face. The next second, the door was flung open. Kellen stormed in, his eyes immediately landing on Selah, who was still holding her cheek. His face flushed with anger. Celia, you hit her. He lunged forward, pulling Selah behind him protectively, and glared at me with venom. Selah came here out of kindness, to see how you were doing. Not only are you ungrateful, but you actually raised your hand against her. When did you become so vicious? Vicious? I looked at him, finding him utterly pathetic. Kellen, are you blind? She came to my house, swaggering around and laying down rules. She humiliated me first. I hit her, and she deserved it. You're lying. Selah sobbed behind him, her shoulders shaking dramatically. Kellen, I only came to speak with Celia, to ask her to let go of her anger and stay by your side. Yet, she hit me without warning. I'm so hurt. Kellen's voice hardened. Celia, I'm giving you one last chance. Apologize to Selah, and we'll forget this. Otherwise, I'll have the elders banish you from the Silver Moon Pact. Apologize? Dream on. Kellen, Selah, you two really are a perfect match. Hypocritical and disgusting, the both of you. You're not welcome here. Get out. I shoved them out of the cabin, but not long after, another knock sounded at the door. I yanked it open and roared, haven't you had enough? I told you, I'm not marrying Kellen. Even if I stay single for the rest of my life, I'd never marry trash like him. Get lost and stop bothering me. The words came out in a furious rush. The person at my door froze, a flicker of surprise and disappointment crossing his face. I froze too. It wasn't Kellen or Selah standing there. It was a tall man, radiating an overwhelming alpha presence that commanded attention. He had deep-set eyes, a high straight nose, and striking features. There was something familiar about him. A flicker of recognition stirred within me. It was Eric, Kellen's uncle and the alpha of the Silver Moon Pact. Eric stared at me, his voice tinged with a hint of disappointment, though it remained gentle. I came to check on you, to see if you were feeling any better. His face unlocked something within me. Buried memories broke through. The scattered fragments from that day in the forest started to coalesce. It was him. It was Eric who happened upon me in those woods, after Kellen left me there to die. Eric had pulled me back from the jaws of death,